Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my Newborn 101 guide, how to take care of a newborn baby. This is my second baby and I have learned a lot between my two little ones. I'll be breaking this video up into 12 sections. I'll leave timestamps in the description box below so that this video can be used as a glossary for new parents. If you like baby content, please be sure to support my channel with a like, comment, and share. Thank you to all those who continue to do so. Without further ado, let's get into this video. I'd like to start this video by talking about the easy method. Easy as in eat, awake, sleep, and you time. I love this method. Basically, every time they wake up, you feed them, they have a wake period, and then they sleep and the cycle repeats. It's perfect for getting newborns to understand the difference between day versus night. I started this method since day one with both of my little ones. As soon as they're awake, you feed them. If breastfeeding, feed on demand, and remember frequency is more important than the length of time of the feeds. Some babies get full in less time than others. Expect multiple cluster feeding sessions. This usually happens around weeks 3, 6, 9, and 12, and this is when the baby feeds back to back. Breast milk typically digests in about 1.5 hours or less. And don't forget to give vitamin D3. If formula feeding, use a slow flow bottle. It'll reduce gas and spit up. Feeds are every 2 to 3 hours, and be sure to use ready to feed or concentrate formulas in this phase until it's okayed by the doctor to use the powder version. Ready to feed and concentrate formulas are sterile versus the powder. After they feed, there is a wake period. This is the time for burping, diaper changes, tummy time, and of course, lots of interaction from loved ones. If you're a first-time parent, you're probably learning that burping is really important for newborns. They can't burp themselves, and when they don't do it, it can lead to gassiness, which leads to more upset. This is my favorite burping position. It helps with neck strength and control, but it also doesn't put much pressure on their tummies, which is great if your baby has reflux. Other positions to try for babies that don't burp easily are over the shoulder, over the knee, and another tried and true, always, tummy time. During their wake period, it's really important to start tummy time, which is basically just time spent on their tummy. You can do this directly after a diaper change. Simply turn them over and start by 1-minute increments at a time after each change. They can practice tummy time on you while doing skin to skin as well, which has always been my go-to with both my babies. Now for sleep. Newborn sleep is the one I know many parents struggle with. I have an entire video dedicated to that. I'll have it linked here for anyone interested. In that video, I share how I get my baby to sleep. To add to that, be sure to always switch positions when putting baby down to sleep to avoid torticollis, and always place them to sleep on their back as advised by the American Academy of Pediatrics. Now let's talk about some common newborn issues: cradle cap, fingernails, infections, eczema, diaper rash, reflux, colic, and gas. So let's start with cradle cap. Cradle cap is basically like dandruff for babies. It can show up in patches on their head and even on their eyebrows and near their ears. To help lessen and get over the cradle cap, I recommend using a silicone brush to clean their hair and brows during bath time. It acts as a gentle exfoliant. Use fragrance-free baby shampoo because fragrance can cause irritation and can sting. If there are large scaly patches, you can use some mineral oil followed by a comb to gently remove those. Wash with baby shampoo and then use a fragrance-free moisturizer while their scalp is still damp. It's also a good idea to always comb their head and brows with a soft bristled brush to continually exfoliate and promote blood circulation for new hair growth. Now I know fingernails can be intimidating, but truthfully, for the first 3 months, you really don't need to cut them. Simply bite or peel them off just like this. You can also use a nail file if you've got the time. Eye infections are very common and occur most as tear glands develop. I was told by our pediatrician with our first that a little breast milk does the trick. This can also help with the umbilical stump. If after it falls out it has any residue, clean it up with a Q-tip and then apply breast milk. Be sure to keep it dry, and until it falls off, do not pick at it. Eczema is another common thing in infants. This is different than baby acne, which is hormonal. It's recommended to use fragrance-free products, cut out dairy, and according to recent studies, take probiotics. Baby probiotics are just game-changing. They take a month to really work, and you can start giving them from day one with certain brands. Moving on to diaper rash. It can be caused from sensitivity to the diaper, dairy, or to fragrance. If your baby gets a diaper rash, wash it with lukewarm water each change. Air or pat dry, followed with a thick zinc oxide-based diaper rash cream. Reflux. Well, reflux deserves an entire video, but to keep it brief, try an elimination diet if breastfeeding, or a hypoallergenic formula if formula feeding. Burp every few ounces or between each side. Keep upright after feeds for at least 30 minutes, and give a pacifier to keep spit up to a minimum, and to alkalize the acid in their throat, and also give probiotics. Colic is a mystery term. No one really knows what causes it. The term is derived from colon. This is because it was originally believed to be related to discomfort in the bowels, aka gas, but that's not completely it. It peaks between 6 to 8 weeks. Babies tend to cry for long hours and usually in the evenings with colic. It's also known as purple crying or the witching hour. Switch off between you and your partner if possible. Newborns have a calming reflex. This reflex is often why the newborn phase is called the 4th trimester. It's because your newborn may crave things that remind them of being in the womb. One way to remind your baby of that is by swaddling. Now I know some people will say, my baby doesn't like to be swaddled, and I'm gonna have to disagree with that. They will always resist being swaddled, but when you pair a good swaddle, not tight on the hips, with white noise and gentle rocking on their side or stomach, you'll find that they basically instantly relax. And once they're relaxed and sleeping, a swaddle will keep them from waking themselves up again from another lovely reflex called the Moro reflex. There are different ways to swaddle, and you can swaddle just one hand, both, or one hand close to their face and the other close to their body. Trial is the only way that you'll know which one works best for your baby. Now for gas. When newborns get gas, it can be really upsetting for them. Here's some quick strategies on managing that. The first, of course, I'm going to say it again, tummy time, because honestly, tummy time is just always good for your newborn. 2, cycle their legs. It's a great way to get some smiles and giggles, but also lets out a lot of trapped gas. The third is called toes to nose. It's another good move. All you have to do is bring their toes to their nose. And then the last is a warm bath, not hot, followed by something called the ILU massage, which is just like this. The newborn phase passes. With my first, it felt like an eternity. I was overwhelmed as a first-time mom. But with my second, I blinked and it was over. Then I had a busy baby on my hands, just like I did with my first. So take things day by day. Some days are better than others. Reassess your expectations and keep in mind that every baby has a different temperament. If you found this video helpful, please support my channel by liking and commenting and then sharing it with others if you can. Be sure to subscribe and have your notification bell turned on for future uploads. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.